Two boxers that define words like strength and dominance. Two boxers reaching the top, possessing the undisputed middleweight championship. Both boxers defeating the highest level of competition. Who will rise and who will fall? This is Carlos Monzón versus Marvelous Marvin Haggler. In this video, we will be leaving out the impact the boxer has made on the sport, and we will be breaking down the strengths and weaknesses of each fighter to build a realistic result in this prediction. Starting off with Carlos Monzón. Monzón was the undisputed middleweight champion from 1970 to 1977. He had 14 title defenses. Monzón had an 87% win-to-fight ratio with the 59% knockout-to-fight ratio. Monzón was a good fighter from the outside who could also fight from the inside. He had power in both hands, with great defense, head movement, and angles. Monzón was very accurate with hard counters. He had an effective jab, damaging cross, and great chin, only being knocked down one time in his career. For weaknesses, Monzón was open to counters. He would press forward, walking into his opponent's jab. Also, Haggler was a strong southpaw, and Monzón never fought a southpaw in his pro career, which could play a factor. Carlos Monzón was inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame class of 1990. Monzón has the second most consecutive unified title defenses at middleweight with 9. Carlos Monzón lost 3 times in his pro career, however, every loss was avenged. His opponent across the ring, Marvelous Marvin Haggler. Haggler was the undisputed middleweight champion from 1980 to 1987 with 12 title defenses. Haggler had a 92.5% win-to-fight ratio with a 77.6 knockout-to-fight ratio. Marvin Haggler was a converted southpaw, meaning he fought left-handed, however, was right-hand dominant. This made his jab very powerful. Haggler was a versatile fighter who could box and brawl, with great conditioning, counter punches, and movement. Haggler was very powerful, with a great jab, strong right hook, with damaging body shots. Haggler also had a strong chin, Haggler only being knocked down once in his career. For weaknesses, Haggler would be giving up an experience disadvantage, Monzón having 33 more fights. Monzón is also 3.5 inches taller, with a 1-inch reach advantage. The Fabulous Four and the Four Kings are nicknames that refer to the 4 Hall of Fame boxers: Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvelous Marvin Haggler, Thomas Hitman Hearns, and Roberto Duran. Marvelous Marvin Haggler was inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame class of 1993. Haggler avenged all but one loss, which was a split decision loss to Sugar Ray Leonard. Marvin Haggler was bothered that announcers didn't often refer to him with his nickname. So in 1982, Haggler legally changed his name to Marvelous Marvin Haggler. Haggler has the most consecutive unified title defenses at middleweight with 12. For the result, I see this fight going the distance, considering neither fighter has been stopped and both only knocked down once. I believe both fighters are powerful, however, I don't believe either has a standout trait to hurt the other. I predict Monzón's long arms and stiff jab would cause Haggler problems finding range early. I predict Monzón scores early rounds, however, I see Haggler's IQ and counters playing a factor, Haggler countering off Monzón's jab with jabs of his own as the match progresses. I predict Haggler finds his way on the inside with counters, and I see Haggler landing damaging body shots. Like previously mentioned, Haggler would also be tricky for Monzón, considering how effective Haggler was as a southpaw, and Monzón never faced a southpaw in his pro career. I see a close fight with a back-and-forth hard-fought battle, however giving Haggler the slight edge and the win. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. We post 2 boxing-related videos weekly, and let us know who you have winning in this fantasy fight matchup.